Right then. Now I'm going to show you today 100% proof that one, the ball Earth is nothing but a fairy tale. Two, all of science is nothing but a fairy tale. And three, I have broken the debate code, and you can tell who is a paid agent of the manipulatory system by the fact that they do not adopt the better debate style, or it's not even a style. It is the best argument. Okay, now when we just talk about, there's science, what's the best explanation? Okay, so at a certain point, if you're arguing for something, you're going to get the best argument. Like if for whatever rock falls, like if you're saying, well, no, the rock kind of falls. If you can quantify the exact speed, that is it. Like there is nothing better. Now I'm going to show you the there is nothing better ball Earth destruction argument. Here we go. Alrighty, so this is Michael MC. I'm a cartoon. Talking to good servant Steven. I doubt he cares if you know his name, but fuck it, you can ask him if you want it. So this is MCtoon telling everybody what's going on here. He goes, I don't care about your opinions. Okay, so an opinion, I guess we can all agree, an opinion is somebody's personal belief that is not shared reality fact. Okay, so he doesn't want somebody's personal beliefs, he wants fact. Okay, now the scientific fact, like scientific, that fact is a fact, okay? You don't need a scientific fact. You can't make something more fact. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you see how already the jargon, the mumbo jumbo is started? Bro, if I knew for a fact, right, because I saw it with my own eyes, that a car crashed. Now you're going to tell me you can scientifically fact that car crash somehow? What are you going to do? You're going to tell me it more crashed? No, come on. All right, there we go. So just look at how it's starting already. Now, the fact is the Earth is spherical isn't subject to opinion. Here's how we know, right? Now, know means that there's no question. You wouldn't ask a question, right? This is how we know. I know, so I'm not going to ask you a question. So now he's going to show me an accurate map. Okay. All right, I'm sure we all remember this, the old family vacation with the old fold-out map on the flat hood of the car that they used to use perfectly to get across where they were going. Show you an accurate flat map. Bam! There you go. Okay, now what he's going to complain, show me of course it's flat in a state-sized map. Yeah, okay, well, there you go. So now he goes, tell me when and where to the minute the next solar eclipse is. Predictions, okay, predictions. So you can tell me, MCtoon? No, somebody can tell you, and you'll tell us. You can't tell me. What are you going to use to tell me when the next eclipse is? Huh? Nothing. Okay. So, and if anybody wants to take me up on this whole prediction of the eclipses, no, the devil knows when every eclipse is going to happen, so they go to Antarctica or whatever to talk to him, and he releases a little bit of information. He doesn't tell them all of it, because then they'll have too much power. He just gives them enough for the next step. Come on, wake up, people. All right, this might go long. I meant the video in general, not this one idea. So I am going to dive in. So a solar eclipse, bro, even if you could predict, right? Yeah, I know it's going to happen tomorrow, 7 o'clock. What does that mean? I knew when the next eclipse was. Didn't prove the shape of the Earth. Just proved you know when the next eclipse is. Okay, so if anybody ever, if they go, predict the next eclipse, you could just be like, I don't need to, because the eclipse has nothing to do with the shape of the Earth and everything to do with the direct observation of an eclipse. And this is my new fucking argument. It comes down, bro, you gotta understand, there's only two things in this world. There's the direct observation, right? If you didn't directly observe it, because that's the one thing, the direct observation, there's the story or the belief. Now, somebody else could directly observe something and then tell you a story. Now, whether you believe that story is, I would say, opinion, or, I guess you could say that's your opinion, right? Now, we don't want opinions. I know MCtoon, he hates these opinions, Okay, so opinions
are not direct observations, and you only got two options, right? Tell me another one. You either directly observed it, or you didn't directly observe it and you believe it on faith. Now, when you start thinking in terms of this, I'm right, I'm not wrong on this. Let's see how many opinions MCtoon has. So the accurate map, we've seen one that's flat. Tell me where, that's eclipse, that has nothing to do with a sphere. So, and even if you could, right, even if you can't, but even if you could, it doesn't prove the Earth's shape, it just proves you know when the next eclipses will be. Now, here's where we really, now I want you to count. Listen, watch this, bro. Explain, tell, provide predictions, same. Explain, tell us precisely the distance. Now, what is explain? Now, is explain a direct observation, or is it the other thing, an opinion? I mean, a direct observation needs no explaining, right? Because you directly observed it. Now, this is why explain with backing evidence. Now, evidence is personal belief because you only have two things. The direct observation, so he was going to say directly observe a lunar eclipse with a direct observation of a lunar eclipse. Explain. What does that mean? Explain. Make up a story with evidence. Directly observe. I'm decoding this, and if you're fucking listening, bro, stop. Just stop your inner monologue and listen to what I'm telling you. So when he goes explain with backing evidence, he means make up a story for the direct observation, which is the eclipse. Because you can only directly observe the eclipse. You can't provide evidence for how it works. You can only make up a story, which would be your personal opinion. All right, now, here, watch this. Tell us the horizontal angle of sunrise as viewed from... So, what happened? So, somebody had a direct observation, right? The only way to know what the sunrise horizontal angle of Sydney at December 20th would be, the only way to know this would be, tell me, somebody think, could you just guess? No, I think you would have to directly observe it. Now, once it's been directly observed, what do you know what the angle is? Okay, now he's going to tell you the angle is always the same on this date. We know this because of the cycles, okay? It's always the same, so we know the angle. And he's going to go, why don't you tell me that angle? I'm like, why? You already know it. No, I want you to why? How about I go to Sydney, Australia on December 20th, I'll get the angle, I'll come back, then you ask me that question again. And you'll be like, oh, shit, he knew it. You didn't prove the Earth is a ball yet. You only proved you knew the angle to the sun on December 20th in Sydney, Australia. Where is the shape of the Earth, MCtoon? And nobody will, you'll never hear anybody say this, and this is why they don't let me on debates, because he'll just sit there stuttering. All right, what's next? Provide a predictive explain action for the varying downward acceleration all over the planet. Okay, so what he's saying is, look at these direct observations we've made. We've made these direct observations all over the planet. Tell me your personal opinion why they happen. I thought you didn't want personal opinions, MCtoon. Explain the magnetic inclination in New Zealand. Well, so we can directly observe it, and you want me to give me my personal opinion? Explain the magnetic field strength in southern Chile. So you want my... Explain why the sun and moon's angular size vary so little. So you want me to give you my personal opinion based on a direct observation. Explain how the moon can appear to set. So we can directly observe the moon setting, and you want my personal opinion on how that can happen. Tell us precisely the distance of the sun. I guess you mean to the sun, because the distance of it, like what, its length. They were wrong 5 times. Oh, it's 1 million. No, it's 2 billion. No, it's 93 million. They're always wrong. And this is why the explanation always changes. And this is why when you get right down to it, just forget almost everything I just said. Look at look at his last 2 little paragraphs. Every one of the things is accurately explained. What do you mean accurately explained? What does that mean? Break that down. Really, what is he saying? We have a direct observation, and we made a story that is based on that direct observation. Of course it's accurate. It's based on what you directly observed. How are you, what, are you going to make up a story that doesn't match what you see? Are you fucking retarded? Of course the explanation is going to match. Predictions? There's no predictions. Okay, you're not predicting a rock will fall at a rate. You directly observed it and you know. A prediction would be possibly wrong, right? You get what I'm saying? Like, you predict who's going to win a football game. You might be right, you might be wrong. They don't have predictions. They know everything. They know how fast the rock's going to fall. They know the, the fields, quote unquote, the weight differences all over the world. They know all of these things already. So these aren't predictions. This is a catalog of direct observations. All right? So, when he goes, everyone needs to explain, if you can't explain everyone the same or better, okay, the same. Now, who determines whether the explanation is the same or better? Would that be a personal opinion based on the story you heard? Because to me, God designing a system that is repetitive in the nature of it, it's repeatable, it doesn't change, it's empirical, like that makes sense. A cycle of light and day, we wake up, we go to sleep. This all makes sense to me. It's all explained perfectly with God. I don't need, a ball floating in a vacuum chamber that is spinning with water, that's also spinning and not spinning, and there's a moon that's spinning, and, it's falling, but it's orbiting. And, is that a good explanation? If you believe, because at the end of the day, you only have the direct observations. So please, somebody do something with this argument, you fucking people.